The 49ers just announced their final cuts. Here are the players they released. Tight end Troy Fumagalli, running back Brian Hill, defensive end Kerry Hyder, defensive tackle T.Y. McGill, running back Jeremy McNichols, wide receiver Anthony Miller, wide receiver Willie Snead, and wide receiver Chris Conley. Now, here are the players they waived. Defensive end Alex Barrett, wide receiver Isaiah Winstead, offensive tackle Leroy Watson, cornerback Trey Swilling, linebacker Curtis Robinson, offensive lineman Jason Poe, linebacker Marcelino McCrary Ball, wide receiver Tay Martin, offensive tackle Il Manning, center Corey Luciano, nickelback Quantrez Knight, cornerback Deshaun Jameson, center Keith Ismail, safety Miles Hartsfield, offensive lineman Alfredo Gutierrez, offensive lineman Joey Fisher, defensive lineman Marlon Davidson, and fullback Jack Coletto. Now, here are the players the Niners placed on the injured reserve list. Tight end Cameron Latu, kicker Zane Gonzalez, cornerback A.J. Parker, and safety Taylor Hawkins. What's interesting here is that tight end Cameron Latu is on the season-ending injured reserve list. He can't come back. He injured his meniscus during preseason. He's also having an awful training camp. It's possible they would have cut him. This sort of gives the Niners the opportunity to redshirt him and give him a look next year. So Latu not coming back. Now, finally, here's the player the Niners placed on the physically unable to perform list. Cornerback Darrell Luter Jr. Now, here's the 53-man roster. Quarterback, 3, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, and Brandon Allen. I think it's pretty funny they kept Brandon Allen. I mean, they wanted to keep Trey Lance as the third quarterback. That's what Kyle Shanahan said. And Trey Lance said essentially he'd rather be third-string quarterback for anywhere else. So they end up keeping Brandon Allen, who they would have waived. They would have lived with him on the practice squad. Now he's on the 53-man roster. I don't like it. If they wanted a third quarterback, they could have drafted. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who's the second-string quarterback right now for Cleveland, instead of Cameron Latu. Running back, they keep 5, Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Ty Davis Price, Kyle Juszczyk. No surprises here. They need depth at running back because this is the one position the Niners get injured more often than quarterback. So Elijah Mitchell, he gets hurt in practice. He gets hurt just walking around. Christian McCaffrey didn't get hurt last year, but the 2 years before that, I think he played 10 games total. So then you got Jordan Mason, who's fumbling, and Ty Davis Price, who's proven nothing in a regular season game. So they need all 4. Kyle Juszczyk, could it be his last year on the team? Possibly. Wide receiver, they keep 6. Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Danny Gray, and Ronnie Bell. Now, Ray McLeod and Danny Gray are injured. They both could go to IR and then come back during the season. To do that, you have to put them on the 53-man roster initially, which they are. So there's 6 wide receivers on the roster now. Week 1, there could be 4. Maybe they'll have a 5th. Maybe they'll re-sign Willie Snead or Tay Martin or someone. Maybe they'll call up a wide receiver from the practice squad. I would imagine you'd have 5 week 1, but right now it's 6. It'll be cut down to probably 4 in a couple days. Tight end, 4. George Kittle, Braden Willis, the rookie, Charlie Warner, and Ross Dwelly. Cam Latu was supposed to be here, but he's injured, and they keep 4. They always keep 4. They usually keep 4. Say they always keep 4. But what's interesting here is every single year when people, content creators, journalists are predicting who's going to make the 53-man roster, they always say this is the year they cut Ross Dwelly. This is it. They're done with him. But the Niners, kind of like my man Richie Rich, every year they say, that's what I ain't going to do when it comes to cutting Ross Dwelly. I mean, why would they do that when he has borderline elite hand-eye coordination? He's such a good receiver that they never throw the ball to. Got to keep him. Offensive line, 9. Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel, Spencer Burford, Colton McKivitz, John Feliciano, Jalen Moore, Matt Pryor, and Nick Zakel. To me, there are 4 players in this position group who are not NFL players, but they're on the Niners. John Feliciano, Jalen Moore, Matt Pryor, Nick Zakel. All 4 of their backups, I think they would clear waivers if they were waiver eligible. And if not, the vets like Feliciano and Pryor, I don't think any other team wants him. Maybe another team would give him a vet minimum deal, maybe. Jalen Moore, maybe another team would claim him off waivers to put him at guard, not at tackle where the Niners play him. So that's a problematic position group because I feel like they kept depth there. that cost them NFL players at other positions. But let's move on. If you've ever thought, why the heck is my wireless bill so freaking high? Then let me tell you about Mint Mobile, who I'm partnering with for today's video. You might already know Mint Mobile if you've seen those funny ads from Ryan Reynolds, who is also an owner. But let me quickly tell you how awesome their service is. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for as low as $15 a month, and you don't have to sacrifice any coverage, speed, or data. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network. They keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. They cut out the retail stores and salespeople. Why should you pay more than you have to for access to the same network? All Mint Mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. Mint also offers a modern family plan that lets you set up a super affordable family plan with as little as 2 lines. I recently received a free trial of Mint Mobile, and when it came to watching YouTube, listening to podcasts, playing games, I couldn't tell a difference in speed or performance while connected to Mint's network. Switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to their digital eSIM cards, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone isn't eSIM compatible, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. It only takes about 15 minutes to switch, and Mint has great customer service if you need help. And now, as a special limited time offer, you can get their unlimited plan, which is normally only $30 a month, for just $15 a month. That's a 50% savings off their already super low price. It only takes 15 minutes to pay as low as $15 a month for your phone plan. It really is that simple. Use my link to get started or click the link in the description. And if you've already made the switch, let me know in the comments. Defensive line. 8. Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, Cleveland Farrell, Drake Jackson, Kevin Givens, Javon Kinlaw, Kalia Davis, and Robert Beal Jr. They're cutting Austin Bryant and Kerry Hyder, but they're expected to bring them back tomorrow once they put people on IR and stuff. Also, Nick Bosa doesn't count against the 53-man roster yet because he hasn't signed his extension or reported to the team, so eventually they'll have to make a spot for him. But right now, 8 defensive linemen. Interesting spots at the end. Javon Kinlaw made it. Kalia Davis made it. He hasn't been healthy very long, but he looks good. They drafted him last year, sort of to be the new DJ Jones, and he could be that. Also, Robert Beal, 5th-round pick this year, was hurt like most of training camp, made it, surprisingly, considering he showed nothing. But they drafted him in the 5th round, and you don't want to just throw away draft picks, do you, 49ers? You don't want to just throw away like a 5th round, God forbid. Like, what if he was what if you spent 3 first-round picks on him? Then you'd really have to keep him anyway. I kid. Linebacker, 6. I put 4 up. 6. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Jalen Graham, the rookie, D. Winters, the rookie, Demetrius Flanagan-Falls, and Oren Burks. As I said earlier, they cut Marcelino McCrary-Ball. I wonder what's going to happen there. I like him. I think he's someone that could have made this team. Like the Niners kept Nick Zakelj because they need a backup offensive lineman. They could have kept Marcelino McCrary-Ball. No one's going to claim Zakelj off waivers, but McCrary-Ball, they could. And if they don't, then the Niners got lucky. But if you're watching, you should probably claim some team that needs a linebacker. That guy's good, Marcelino McCrary-Ball. I think the Niners should have kept him over Oren Burks, but maybe Kyle Shanahan's wasted so much of Jed York's money on Trey Lance, $30 million down the drain. Maybe Kyle feels a little skittish about cutting players with guaranteed money in their guaranteed salaries like Oren Burks. Cornerback, 5. Travarius Ward, Diamador Lenore, Ambry Thomas, Samuel Womack, Isaiah Oliver. What a travesty. They should have kept 6. They should have kept Deshaun Jameson and Isaiah Oliver, and they waived both. Excuse me. They should have kept Deshaun Jameson and Quantrez Knight, the 2 undrafted free agents. Jameson's a rookie. Knight's in his 2nd year. Both of them are good. The Niners are trying to get cute here and sneak them through waivers onto the practice squad. They might get lucky, but it's not my job to help them. Those 2 players are really good. They're NFL players. They're better than Nick Zakelj, Matt Pryor, Don Feliciano should be on this team. They're better than Isaiah Oliver, who I think he's only on the team because the Niners gave him a 2-year contract with guaranteed money. He was awful in training camp. He was awful in preseason. He played his way off the roster. He's not one of the 53 best players. And yet he's here because of roster politics that the Niners say they don't play. They're so proud to trade Trey Lance and be like, look, see, we don't care where we'll trade, how we acquire a guy. We keep the best ones. Okay, Isaiah Oliver, why are you here? Should have been Quantrez Knight and Deshaun Jameson. Hopefully for the Niners' sake, those guys land on the practice squad. Otherwise, they just gave 2 good players away. Kind of like when they got rid of DJ Reed for no reason, and he landed on the Seahawks, and now he's on the Jets, and he's really good for Robert Saleh, who knows what he's doing on defense. Safety, 4. Talanoa Hufanga, Tashawn Gibson, George Odom, Jair Brown. No surprises here. The Niners always keep 4 safeties. They had an opening. They spent it on Jair Brown, their 3rd-round pick. We'll see if he has any playing time this year, if there's any packages for him. Remember, a couple of years ago when they drafted Talanoa Hufanga, they liked him, and they started him some games, had 3 safety packages just to get him on the field. Will they do that with Jair Brown? They should. And special teams, Jake Moody, Mitch Wishnowsky, Tabor Pepper. They put Zane Gonzalez on IR. Don't know what he was here for. The Zane Gonzalez experience, I'll never forget it. It was quite fun. Jake Moody, looking forward to the Jake Moody experience. He's hurt. So it's going to be interesting. Will the Niners put him on IR temporarily, sign someone else, and bring him back? We'll have to see. We shall see. Also, with the safety spot, that's going to be something to see with Talanoa Hufanga. He's got a Baker cyst in his knee. Is he going to miss any time? Is he going to go on IR? Probably not. But we'll have to see. Anyway, this looks like, of all the 53-man rosters I've ever seen, this is definitely one of them.